the Downriver Mop.
And I'm Gory Vincent from the Walled Lake Penny Saver.
And we're the Dollar Show Critics.
We go to the theaters where 3D is only 2D to find out if movies are worth the price of $1.
And sometimes 1D on the weekend.
Ooh yeah, that's a bad deal. This week's Dollar Show is My Bloody Valentine, another in the long line of remakes of 80s slasher flicks that seems to be popular right now. The point of the movie is, it gets down to it right from the beginning. It's about putting teenagers in danger by this pickaxe-wielding maniac with asthma. Apparently he's got asthma because he wheezes like Darth Vader the entire movie. Basically what the movie is a series of scenes of people getting pickaxed to death. And there's the various ways you can get pickaxed to death. I mean, there's so many spots you can get. You can think the natural one's the head. This movie goes through quite a few of them, and they're all accompanied by a nice squishy sound and some good gore. In fact, I think one time they even hit a box, a wooden crate with the thing, and I still heard the squishy sound. I think they were just all over the squishy sound in that movie. You know, most slasher movies from the 80s have them naked and they put on their clothes and they half naked, they get chased around. This movie skips that step altogether and just keeps the girl naked throughout the whole chase. There was zero suspense, zero scares, really stupid. I didn't like this movie.
No, this movie wasn't very good. I know what you're saying. It did have the gratuitous blood and guts. It had that everywhere. And the squishy sound did make at least 200 appearances.
Yeah, seriously, there should have been a countdown of squishy sounds.
But as you were saying, I mean, it was how many times you kill a person with an axe. It wasn't right. I mean, in the first 5 minutes, you get to see an eyeball coming right for you.
Basically, you take I Know What You Did Last Summer. Remember that movie?
I do.
Basically, that guy he had the fisherman in the fisherman's hat, and he had the hook.
The Gordon fisherman.
Yeah, and then he would hook people in various ways through the cheek, through the roof of the mouth, and the guts.
Yep.
It's basically a replacement.
Exactly like this, especially when he just tried to kill you in so many different ways with it. I mean, there was this one scene with a midget. That's all I got to say.
Yeah, a little person, I think, is the correct
midget,
term.
little person, dwarf, if you will.
She was kind of weird looking, but she was a good actress.
Yeah,
I felt bad when she died.
Yeah, I didn't want to see her die.
Overall, is this movie worth $1? I'm going to say, I'm going to be generous and give this a not really.
Ooh, that is generous.
I'm going to say that the hardcore horror fans and the fans of slashers, the fans that see all these horror movies and they like their gore. I mean, if you have the movie Urban Legends Final Cut in your DVD collection at home, yeah, and that's the sequel. That's not even the original one with Alicia Witt. And if you have Urban Legends Final Cut in your DVD collection, or you've even seen it, then you might like this. Other than that, everybody else stay away. I'm going to say not really.
Yeah, I'm going to have to give this a reluctant no.
Ooh, yeah.
Reluctantly. I mean, it's almost worth your $1 just because to see how many times or how many different ways you can kill a person with a pickaxe. I mean, I counted at least 8, 9.
Yeah, but then they started getting repetitive after a while. So that's one not really and one no for My Bloody Valentine.
And my video pick this week is the 1987 Coen Brothers film Raising Arizona, starring Nicolas Cage and Holly Hunter. Nicolas Cage plays H.I. McDonough, a small-time robbery person? A small-time crook who goes to rob convenience stores. And he doesn't use any ammunition in his gun, so he gets short sentences. And Holly Hunter plays Edwina, or Ed, as Nicolas Cage calls her, and she's the jail mugshot officer who takes his picture every time he comes in there. After a while, they fall in love and get married and try to have a baby. She can't get pregnant, so they go to a doctor, and this is one of the best lines in this movie. He says that her insides are a rocky place where his seed could find no purchase. And at this time, local furniture tycoon Nathan Arizona had the famous Arizona quince, which means 5. So Holly Hunter, being all depressed as she is, she basically tells Nicolas Cage, says, "Ha, go up there and get me a baby." So he pretty much does, and that's when the hilarity starts, trying to raise the baby as their own. And it's just a great movie. I would definitely go out and rent this movie at the least.
Yeah, you're right, Drew. This is the Coen Brothers' second movie after Blood Simple, and this really established the quirkiness of the Coen Brothers. Like you said, the dialogue in this thing is great. It's endlessly quotable. I mean, yeah, there's the lines in this thing, you'll just be saying them for days. Mind you don't cut yourself, Mordecai. A lot of great supporting performances. Even Glenn, High's boss, Glenn, who tells bad Polak jokes and is a closet swinger. I mean,
told one too many.
Yeah, you're right, exactly. You'll know it. But there's just
and his wife. Don't forget his wife, Frances McDormand.
Frances McDormand, who's married to one of the
Coen brothers.
I'm not sure which one exactly.
I think that's how she got into it. She was great as that. Gotta go get those dip tests, huh?
Yeah.
Gotta go do that. What if a big old semi splashes your bread over the highway? What are you gonna do, man?
Yeah, you see.
Great stuff.
This is just a great movie. I mean, it's one of the best Coen Brothers movies for sure.
Oh, definitely.
And I agree with you. Rent it.
And we'll be back next week with another Dollar Show and another DVD pick.
Until then, we're the Dollar Show critics. We'll see you.
Raising Arizona.
Oh man, the music is all... Whee!